Whether you're familiar with baking or not, it's important to know what the best ingredients are to use. We've included a list of the top 8 baking ingredients that every baker should have in their arsenal, and how to store them properly. Top 8 essential baking ingredients. 1. Flours. Flour is going to be the basic ingredient of all your baking desires. It's the building block to bake most goods. There are a plethora of different types of flour available depending on what you're looking to bake. Although flours are relatively cheap, I wouldn't recommend buying the cheapest brand available. Storage. You should store flour in a cool, dry spot away from the sun. It will last up to 6 months if stored in the pantry. 2. Chocolate. Baking with the right kind of chocolate can be difficult to understand at first if you're not acquainted with the intricacies. Storage. Seal in an airtight container and store the chocolate in a cool, dry place away from any sunlight, and never refrigerate. 3. Cocoa powder. You might be wondering what the differences between cocoa powder and chocolate are. Aren't they the same? No, they are quite different. Cocoa powder is going to be a more powerful flavor of chocolate, as it contains more cocoa solids and less cocoa butter than what comes in baking chocolate. Storage. Store in an airtight container in a dark, cool, dry place is perfect for storage. 4. Baking chips, essential baking ingredients. Want to add some more flavor to your home-baked goodies? Try using a variety of different flavored baking chips. Baking chips are a perfect way to add extra delicious mouth-watering flavor to your scrumptious baked goods. Storage. Place the chips in a room between 60 degrees Fahrenheit 75 degrees Fahrenheit and tightly close the package. If the temperature is constantly above 75, it's okay to store in the refrigerator or freezer. More essential baking ingredients. 5. Vanilla and extracts. Vanilla extract is widely considered one of the best extracts available to use when baking. But don't let that stop you from experimenting with other extracts. Extracts are designed to enhance all the other flavors of your baked goods, and can be done so by using many other extracts besides just vanilla. Storage. You can easily store your extracts in the kitchen cupboard. Room temperature should be between 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 80 degrees Fahrenheit. 6. Spices. Using spices is a fantastic way to enhance the flavor of your baked goods. Spices will add a ton of flavor without having to worry about adding any additional salt or fat. Storage. Storing spices in a cool, dry place around 70 degrees Fahrenheit is ideal, and never store above any direct heat sources. 7. Dried fruit. Baking with dried fruit is a great way to keep things interested while you're baking. Make sure you always moisture back into the dried fruit before baking, or it will take most of the water out of the other ingredients in the recipe. Storage. To store dried fruits, use airtight containers or freezer bags. Avoid any sunlight, and vacuum sealing them will give them the longest shelf life possible. 8. Nuts. Adding nuts when you're baking is a great way to add texture and more flavor. Here's a cheat sheet of the best nuts to use and how to bake with them. Storage. Before storing nuts, make sure they are dry. Nuts should be stored in an airtight container. You can store your nuts in or out of the refrigerator. Conclusion for baking ingredients. These are the most essential ingredients you'll need when it comes to making delicious tasting home-baked goods. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.